Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh, dear viewers, and welcome back. In a hadith that was collected by both Al-Bukhari and Muslim in their Sahih on the authority of Imran ibn Husayn, the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, خَيْرُ النَّاسِ قَرْنِي ثُمَّ الَّذِينَ يَلُونَهُمْ ثُمَّ الَّذِينَ يَلُونَهُمْ. The best generation from amongst An-Nas. And An-Nas is a term in Arabic that describes the human race. In other words, Prophet ﷺ said, the best generation from amongst the human race is my generation, qarni. And then it is also known as the generation of the Sahaba, the companions of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. ثُمَّ الَّذِينَ يَلُونَهُمْ, and it is followed in ranks by the generation that comes immediately after the generation of the Sahaba, known also as the generation of At-Tabi'een. ثُمَّ الَّذِينَ يَلُونَهُمْ, on the third place comes the generation that comes after the generation of the Tabi'een. It is also known as the generation of Tabi'i At-Tabi'een. The Prophet ﷺ praised these three. Why? Because these are the most knowledgeable generation. Those three are the best when it comes to knowledge in the religion of Allah, al-Islam, the best in the worship of Allah, the best in protecting the religion of Allah. These are the one who helped found and protect and preserve the guidance of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Had it not been for these three generations, al-Islam with its guidance, the guidance of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, would not have reached you or I. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam praised the Sahaba in so many ahadith, so many statements by the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And Allah Ta'ala also praised them throughout the Quran in so many places. Let's take a hadith that was collected by Al-Imam Muslim on the authority of Abu Burda, who narrated that hadith on his father, taking it from his father. He said that the Prophet ﷺ said, النُّجُومُ أَمَنَةٌ لِلسَّمَاءِ. The stars you see in the heavens, these are signs of stability, safety and security for the heavens, meaning that for as long as you can see the stars in the heavens, the day of judgment is not there yet. The minute those stars vanish, then that's the sign of the day of judgment being already at your doorsteps. And he goes on to say, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, وَأَنَا أَمَنَةٌ لِأَصْحَابِي, and I am a sign of stability and safety and security for my companions, for the generation of my companions, my generation. The minute I die, then my companions will see what awaits them. What is it that awaits them? Calamities and tribulations. A prophecy from the Prophet ﷺ. Did it happen? The answer is yes. And then he goes on to say, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, وَأَصْحَابِي, as for my companions, they are a sign of stability, safety and security for my whole ummah, the ummah of al-Islam that follows the guidance of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The minute my companions perish, they die and they leave this world, then my ummah will see that which awaits it. Whatever it is that awaits the ummah of Muhammad ﷺ after the companions, calamities, tribulations. Did those happen? Answer is yes. Look around us. What do we see? Do we see the ummah following the guidance of Muhammad ﷺ in the level that the companions and the tabi'een and tabi'in did it? The answer is no. And there is no way to say it but to describe it as is. The ummah is in a state of disarray. Why? Because of moving away from the guidance of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In short, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam praised his companions. Allah Ta'ala also praised them in so many places in the Quran. Before we see the praise of Allah Ta'ala for the companions, let's have an idea how important the role of the companions in preserving and protecting the religion of Allah al-Islam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reported a counter example of what the companions were for the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the example of the followers and the Sahaba, companions of Musa alayhi salam. When Musa alayhi salam crossed with Banu Israel, the offspring of Israel, Yaqub alayhi salam, he crossed with them the Red Sea. Allah Ta'ala saved them from Fir'aun, and now they are in the desert of Sinai. They didn't have any guidance to go by, no laws to govern them. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave Musa the news that he will be giving him a Torah, the guidance for Banu Israel to abide by. And Allah Ta'ala commanded Musa to choose out of the people of Banu Israel 70. Musa went out to choose, of course, the best from amongst them. And he went and chose 70 of them. Allah Ta'ala reported that by saying, وَاخْتَارَ مُوسَى قَوْمَهُ. Musa chose the best out of his people. The best of his people. Because he did not say just chose 70 out of his people. He said from amongst them rather. But otherwise it would have been min qawmihi. From amongst his people, he would have chosen 70. But Allah Ta'ala says qawmahu. That means out of all of his people, he found 70 being the best. Now those best 70 out of Banu Israel are going to go with Musa alayhi salam, and Musa alayhi salam is going to receive the guidance from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, at-Torah, to be the guidance and the law that Banu Israel are going to abide by. When they go with Musa alayhi salam, keep in mind these are the best. They said to Musa alayhi salam, لَن نُؤْمِنَ لَكَ حَتَّى نَرَى اللَّهَ جَهْرًا. We will not believe in what you're calling us to until we see Allah ourselves. We don't have to be faked about following Allah without seeing it, seeing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. These are the best. What about those who are lower than these 70 who are supposed to be the best? What is it that they did behind Musa alayhi salam? Abadul Ijl. They worshipped the calf. These are the companions of Musa alayhi salam. Was it the case with Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? Hashahu. Far from them. Because when it comes to the companions of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, they sacrificed every single thing needed from them to establish the deen of Allah al-Islam on earth. And they did it not with statements, but rather with actions. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala described them in so many places throughout the Quran. Now we come to the praise of Allah. Choose just one out of those too many places in the Quran. In Surah At-Tawbah. In Surah At-Tawbah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala praised the companions of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. At-Tawbah, chapter 9, verse 100, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَالسَّابِقُونَ الْأَوَّلُونَ. The first ones, the foremost, مِنَ الْمُهَاجِرِينَ وَالْأَنصَارِ. From amongst the muhajirin, and we will see who the muhajirun are, وَالْأَنصَارِ, we will see what the Ansar are, وَالَّذِينَ اتَّبَعُوهُمْ بِإِحْسَانٍ رَضِيَ اللَّهُ عَنْهُمْ وَرَضُوا عَنْهُ. And also those who follow their footsteps, their guidance exactly in faith, Allah Ta'ala is well pleased with them, and they are well pleased with Allah. This verse, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala divided the followers of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. In other words, the whole ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is broken down to three groups. Three groups. By whom? By Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. And these three groups, they have the best label. What is that label? Allah Ta'ala is pleased with them, and they are pleased with Allah. What are these three groups? Stay with us inshaAllah Ta'ala as we see who these three groups from amongst the ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam that earned the pleasure of Allah. Allah Ta'ala is pleased with them, and they are pleased with Allah. May Allah Ta'ala include all of us amongst them. Ameen. Stay with us as we continue our program.
مولاي صل وسلم دائما